Namaste. Welcome to Zoom Yoga number 35. So as always, we'll start with the quote, which is, stop waiting for someone else to give your life meaning. Stop waiting for someone else to give your life meaning. So whilst you reflect on that, if you'd like to lie down in Advasana, which is the opposite of Shavasana. So Shavasana is lying on your back, palms facing upwards. Advasana, lying on your front. This is for those who find it uncomfortable to lie on their back, or you just prefer a different position to relax in. So there's three positions you can place yourself in. You're obviously on your front, on your stomach, and you have three options. Obviously have to be careful with this microphone, but you can have the arms stretched straight out and with the forehead flat on the ground. So I'll demonstrate this without speaking. Arms straight out, forehead on the ground. For some people that won't feel comfortable, so your other option is to take your palms, face them upwards, and place your forehead on your palms. And lastly, you can place your forehead on the ground and you place your hands on the back of your neck. So this is another option. So I won't speak when my head's down in this position, but hands on the back of the neck, forehead on the ground. So the simple options, forehead on the ground, arms stretched out straight, palms facing upwards, forehead on the palms, or forehead on the ground with your palms in the back of your neck. So take a few moments to play about with these and see which one feels more comfortable. And then we're relaxing our legs slightly more than hip width apart. And then we're just starting to breathe slowly and deeply. Using visualization, take the breath up from the base of the spine. Slow, smooth, and deep. And then as with Shavasana, you're not in a hurry to release the breath. You're not in a hurry to hold on to the breath. You wait for your natural pause. Allow the breath to come and go of its own accord. And you're trying to surrender as much body weight as possible onto the ground. So get your body in whichever position. I'll repeat them again. You can always pause the machine and have a wee try. Arms stretched out straight, forehead on the ground. Forehead on the ground with palms underneath the forehead. Forehead on the ground with hands on the back of the neck. Just start to breathe slowly and deeply. You're inhaling from the base of the spine. As you're taking the breath up the spine, you're relaxing and releasing vertebra by vertebra. So if you're focusing on the breath coming up the spine, you can give it a color and you can see it moving up. Once it reaches the top, and you exhale, soften and surrender. It's a very basic technique, but very effective. If you find that your mind is drifting off, thoughts and worries and woes, well, you stick in a mantra, any mantra of your choice. As always, I suggest another basic mantra. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. It can be something you want to change about your life, something you want to improve. If I start training the mind and continually saying it, and you're preparing yourself for when it actually arrives. Mantra, thought protection. So whichever position you've been lying in, if you release your arms and stretch them out, place the forehead on the ground. And all we're going to do is we're going to inhale and we stretch through the hands and stretch through the feet. As simple as that. So forehead on the ground, inhale. We're not lifting the limbs off the ground. Inhale, stretch through the arms, stretch through the legs, and release. Just continue these in your own pace. Slow, smooth, deep inhalation, the full yogic breath. So the diaphragm's pushing down, causing a slight inflation of the abdomen like a balloon. The rib cage is expanding, and a final puff of air in the top. And at the same time, as you inhale, you're stretching through the arms, stretching through the legs, and softening, 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 releasing and surrendering. Supposedly in this position, there's a better gaseous exchange in the lungs. Now we're going to do the diagonal stretch. I'm obviously lifting my head, so I'm not screaming into my microphone. But we're going to start with the right arm and left leg. We're not lifting, we're stretching. So we're inhaling as we stretch through the right arm and left leg, a diagonal stretch through the body. And release. And we just alternate. Keep your head rested on the ground. Left arm, right leg. Inhale, stretch through gently. Remember, 6 seconds it takes. Muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to help you. I know I keep saying the things every week, but the reality of the information doesn't change. So just take your time, inhale and alternating diagonal stretch through the body, and you're just easing out any tensions that have stored up in the muscles and joints. If you wish to add a sterner aspect to it, you can lift the limb, but only after having stretched it. So we'll start with the right arm, left leg. Inhale, we stretch out, and if you wish, you pick up the head, you look forward, and you lift. If you're not comfortable lifting the head, if it's causing any discomfort in the neck, you keep it on the ground. So you can inhale as you come up, exhale down. Or you can be more static. You inhale as you stretch and come up, and you hold for a couple breaths. So you decide which one works for you. Inhale, stretch, 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 lift. Look forward if you wish. Few breaths holding the limbs up, or inhaling up, exhaling down. Get the stretch before you lift. This is very important. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. If you just lift without the stretch, then try it. Try lifting without the stretch. It's rather pointless. Inhale, stretch through opposite arm and leg, and up we come. If you want to add a strengthening aspect, you stay up. 3 breaths, 5 breaths, whatever you're comfortable with. But you get the idea. You play about with these. You stop the video, you go back, you change your position, you see what works for you, and get a practice that's tailor-made for you, that's bespoke. You don't have to take everything I say and repeat it there verbatim. So now we're going to do the Sphinx. So we take our fingers and we put them in line with our forehead. And as we inhale, we lift up the head and we're using the back muscles to come up and rest on our elbows. So if I demonstrate this, these fingers in line with the forehead, I'm not actually using them to push up. So I can take them off the ground and show you that it's the back muscle that you use to come up and rest. And then you stay in the Sphinx. Again, you can come up, inhale up and go back down, exhale. I prefer to stay in the up position, settle in. If you have a slight ache in your lower back, you can increase the distance between your feet. Get comfortable. And this is a subtle movement, but it's very good. So we inhale as we lift up the chin, lift up through the chest, and you get a compression in the lower back. And you also get a squeeze in your intercostals. And then you just release ever so gently. So we inhale, lift up, open. And relax. Very subtle. And again, you're not allowing all the body weight to be resting on these elbows and arms. You can be doing this without any of this. It's your back muscles that are doing the work. The Sphinx. So if you get any discomfort in the lower back, if you have lower back issues, which I've mentioned before, I do, then if this is enough, this is all you do. Or you stop and you have a break. But if you want to then try the cobra, but a gentle cobra, you can move on to the cobra. So what we do is we come down, we widen the position of our fingers, and then again, we use the back muscles to come up, and then we gently push through the arms, and it's a gentle cobra, because the normal position of the hands for the cobra is under your armpits. It's something like this. And then you come up, and it's a very strong compression, which is fine if you've worked up for it. But so again, put your fingers in a position, wide and forward, and then as you come up, it's the back muscles that are working at the moment, and I gently push through, and there's no discomfort in the lower back. So you find a position that works for you. If there is, you come back down, make them a bit wider, put them a bit further forward, and this is your starting point. And with time, you'll be able to take the fingers further down the torso. But for now, this is all we're looking for. And we're lifting up through the head. We're getting a lovely stretch through the throat. I can feel the chest opening. I can feel a gentle pull in my abdominals. And my lower back is still discomfort-free. So as always, you can do it dynamically. You can inhale up, exhale down. But I always prefer to get in a position and relax into it, and then do the stretch from staying up. But there's still plenty happening when you stay up. You just ease out. Now remember, these aren't for everyone. If you've lower back issues, then this isn't the best exercise to do. So you have to decide if it works for you at this moment. And only you can make this decision. A teacher is not in control of that. But a teacher will try and advise you the best way to work around or to change your posture to fit in with where you're at. So now, if you want to do a neck turn, again, you inhale, you lift up. And then exhale, you turn to the right with your chin. Stay in the position. Inhale. Exhale, soften, and see if you get a little bit more of a turn. So again, you decide how many breaths you stay here for, between 3 and 5. Obviously, this is strengthening the arms as well. Inhale back to neutral. Lift up, relax. Inhale as we re-engage. Exhale around to the left. So again, if you want to break, you lower down. In fact, we'll do that. Down you come slowly, slowly. You'll feel the circulation rushing back into the area. And what we're going to do is we're going to push up with our hands, tuck our toes under. And we're just going to sit back on our heels and elongate the back, stretching out with the fingers. Oh, that's very nice after this. So we inhale and just walk out with the fingers, walk forward, I should say, and then just sit back, and it's a lovely stretch. Of course, in this position, I'm almost eating my microphone, so I apologize if it's too loud. So again, you stay in this position as long as you wish. We're going to do another lift up with the back. So if you feel that your back has had enough, just stay in this position and continue to inhale as you walk through the fingers, exhale, elongate the back. But if you want to come up and come back down, we'll do the snake. So all we're doing is we're having a clasp. We're placing the clasp on the buttocks. And we're inhaling as we're lifting up the chin, opening the shoulders. And we're not lifting the arms, we're just pushing that clasp down over the buttocks. So this is quite a strong one. Again, you can hold for a few breaths, or you can just inhale as you come up, push and stretch. Exhale as you soften. You can take a comfort breath, inhale, and you can feel what's happening to the shoulders. They're coming back. You're looking forward, and you're having a nice stretch down over the buttocks. And you feel what's happened to the abdominals. These are simple, simple movements, but very effective, but done with awareness and done with the breath. If you want to add a sterner dimension to this, then you lift the arms once you've stretched them. So we inhale as we come up, open the shoulders, you feel the abdominals, and then you lift the arms. You don't have to go far. Exhale down, down you come. So a couple more of these in your own time. These are real energy burners. Become open, look, stretch through the arms, and at last minute you lift a little. It doesn't have to be up far. Slowly down. Arms around the front in line with the shoulders. Gently push up, and then we're going to stretch out again, sitting back in the heels. So stretch out. Really, really get comfortable. So as you inhale, you're walking away with the fingers. It's a lovely stretch. And then we soften back down on the heels. Rest your forehead on the ground. Then we take our arms around our side, the pose of the child. So we curl up in a ball, arms down the side, fingers are down beside your feet, and we tuck our chin in firmly, pose of the child. And then we're focusing on the space between the shoulders, middle of the upper spine for breathing. So you're totally relaxing your arms, which is pulling the muscles in the upper back. You're relaxing everything with the exhalation. Inhale, take the awareness between the shoulder blades. Exhale, soften and relax. And then only if you wish, we're going to raise the seat into the perfected here. Obviously, if you have eye problems or high blood pressure, you don't do this one, or you stay in it for a minimal period of time. Up we come. In this position, if you want a little bit more security, you can take your hands and place them in line with your head. And as your neck begins to relax and stretch, that gives you the security that you're not going to do any harm. Again, it's up to you how long you stay in this position to get lovely oxygenated blood up to the brain. But when you've had enough, keep the chin tucked in. Keep the chin tucked in. Slowly unfurl. Keep the chin tucked in, even when you're sitting back up on the heels. Let the blood trickle back out. There's less chance of feeling dizzy. Keep the chin tucked in. Take as long as you need. And then slowly, slowly, slowly raise the chin. Lovely feeling. I do believe it's facial exercises now. Yes, hands and head. Okay, I always try and mix up the order, even for myself, because if it becomes too repetitive or functional, you move just effortlessly from one posture to another. You can slip into just allowing your awareness to drift away. So we haven't done facial exercises for a while. You have the option of sitting doing these 5 minutes a day, or each time you go to the loo, or anytime you're sitting waiting for something, you're waiting on your phone to some call center, then you have a chance to sit and do these type of exercises, or you can buy expensive creams. So get a comfortable sitting position. It doesn't have to be in Vajrasana. It can be in a chair. You can be leaning against a wall, on a cushion. It doesn't matter. So we're just going to pout in and out with the lips. So pout forward and pull back. And you can see all these muscles that are coming into play. Everywhere else is totally relaxed. Now, of course, you only have me to look at. Try teaching a class of 30 people this. When you feel that the mouth is beginning to warm up, the face, or the blood rushing in, oxygenates the skin, puffs it up, does the very same thing as expensive cream. Now we pout out, we keep the pout, and then we go up, down, right, left. Pout firmly, keep the pout, and you're only moving the lips, you're not moving the head. Up, down, to the right, to the left. And then we're going to open our mouth wide, stick a tongue out, and open our eyes wide with a there's something like this. Open wide. And then scrunch up like tissue paper, really firmly. And hold. And release. You get the idea, that's just one round. So then we'll go back to the pouting, forward and back. And when you feel, you can feel what's happening with the muscles, the skin under the chin. And then pout out. Keep the pout. Up, down, right, left. Left. And then eyes wide open, jaw wide open, mouth out. Scrunch up like tissue paper. And release. So now you're beginning to feel some warmth, some tingling. This is the muscles coming into play, circulation, and bringing nutrition, oxygenated blood to the face. We'll do this once more. There was one class I was teaching, the one with 30 people, and one woman refused to do it because she said it would give her wrinkles. That's okay. Okay, pout again. And then keep the pout. Up, down, right, left. There is a position that you can move forward and adjust your hands round to the side, and then you contract your back when doing that. I think it's called the tiger, but I won't complicate things today. But you get the idea. See how warm your face is. You can do them whilst driving the car, but please remember when you stop at the traffic lights, you must stop because it alarms a lot of people. Okay, we're just going to take our hands and place them behind our head. And very, very simple. We're just going to squeeze the place between the shoulder blades. So our hands are clasped, back of the head. We're just going to inhale and open the elbows. That's it. Inhale, open. Isn't that lovely? Don't drop the chin like what I just did. Keep the chin parallel to the ground. Inhale, open the elbows. You can feel that lovely contraction. Exhale, soften. If you wish to take a comfort breath, please do. But you get the idea. So just continue these at your own pace. Waiting for your natural pause. Inhale, hold. And don't go hell for leather to begin with. Exhale, release. Very nice. This is the type of ones you want to do at the end of the day if you've been sitting at an office. And you're just putting the body into a position the opposite way it's been in for 7-8 hours. And you're squeezing those shoulders and trapezius muscles. Now, if you want to make this slightly harder, you inhale, open the elbows, and you take your hands and you're slightly trying to take them away from the back of your head. So you just pull them away from the back of the head. If you think of an empty toilet roll cardboard insert, you're trying to create enough space so you can slip one of those between your hands and your head. So you're inhaling, opening, and then you're taking the hands and trying to pull them away, not by taking the head forward, that's easy. And it's a lovely, lovely contraction. And then you release and you get whoosh, all this new blood coming, oxygenated blood to come in to wash away the tension and lactic acid. So a couple more of these if you wish. But if you've had enough of this, what I want you to do is, I'll turn around so you can see, I want you to just massage the attachment points of the trapezius muscles. So this is what we're doing, and you'll know where they are, because if you press your thumbs in, along the occiput, the base of your skull. If you press your thumbs in firmly, you'll get slightly bruised feeling. And you might want to jump through the roof. Ooh, that's it there for me. Ooh, not so bad as usual though, so that's quite good. And all this means is these muscles, so you just keep using your thumbs and circling the back of the base of your head. You'll know the points because you feel uncomfortable. And this just means that the muscles have been contracted and stretched for a prolonged period. They're not getting a proper break. But if you do this exercise, what it does is it presses on the attachment points of the muscles, and they've got little proprioceptors, and that sparks the muscle and relaxes it. So when you get a sports massage, they should work on the origin and insertion of the muscles, and that's enough to repair them if they're damaged. But at any time, look, you're working during the day, yoga's got a wonderful toolbox of tricks. You can go to the loo, and you can take a couple seconds just to get into these points and just ease away the tension. As I keep saying, please don't believe a word I say. Try the stuff and see if it works for you. If it doesn't, discard it and try something else. Okay, what have we got next? Stirring the porridge. So come down into a comfortable sitting position with the legs comfortably apart. You don't want them too wide because it creates a bit of a strain in here, and also there's a chance you'll pull muscles in the groin. So comfortable, sit tall. We're going to stir the porridge, row the boat, and ring the bells. Oldies, old postures. Right, so we're going to have the arms, and you're trying to keep them parallel to the ground. So you're not dropping the arms, you're not rounding the shoulders. You're keeping everything in a classy position. And we're going to start clockwise, exhale as we go forward, because look, we're closing down the body. Gently as you close down the body, you exhale. As you open up, you inhale. Clockwise, look, exhale as we go down, around, and you lean back without dropping everything. You keep everything in a classy position. Exhale forward, and you can feel what's happening to the hamstrings. I don't even have to tell you, you can feel what's happening to the thigh muscles. You can feel what's happening in the groin. And after a few rounds of these, you'll definitely feel what's happening in the shoulders and the arms. But look, you're trying to get this full circle. So there's not a little pan of porridge, it's a big pan. You cook once and you keep it for a few days. So you exhale forward. Oh, it's a nice stretch of my hamstrings I can feel. Inhale as I come back. If you find this a bit heavy going, you probably need a bit more water in your porridge. So we'll change direction, anti-clockwise. So for anybody whose arms and shoulders are beginning to ache, you just stop, have a wee break, sit tall. Get rid of the lactic acid, take the breath directly into the back of the neck and exhale it down through the arms. Forget about the nose where it comes in. Put your awareness, put the concentration onto the area that you want to heal or fix or get back to parity. So, and then you just go back to it. And this exercise does many things, but one of the things is it's meant to reduce the adipose tissue in the buttocks. So for those of you who are not familiar with adipose, that's basically our overindulgences, our fat. So you can see you're rocking and you're rolling onto the side of your fatty bits in your bum. So you've got the idea, you can stop and start. You don't get caught up in thinking you've got to do a certain amount and then berate yourself if you don't reach there. You do what you feel on any particular day. So I think you've got the idea of that one, porridge. So again, you can pause the video. You can stop, have a wee break. Or now that we've made the porridge, we better go for a wee picnic. So we're going to go out in the boat into the middle of the lake, get a bit of peace and quiet, and get a lovely energy-giving porridge. So we're sitting tall. We've got our oars. We're going to exaggerate the movement. So we exhale as we go forward. Gently, keeping the back straight, and you feel the lower back, you feel the stretch in the hamstrings, and then you're coming up And we're exaggerating the movement, remember. You wouldn't normally have oars up as high as this. We come back and look, again, we're getting back to squeezing the shoulder blades, the arms, and then down. Exhale, because you're squeezing the body down. Inhale. So again, you just continue these in your own pace. You stop. If your back's uncomfortable, you stop, you have a break, lean against the wall. Go back to your facial exercises, lie down in Advasana. You can mix and match. You don't have to go the strict routine that I'm trying to teach. You build up a bespoke practice, one suitable just for you. And only you know what it is. So you get the idea. Now we got too excited because it's a beautiful day and we couldn't contain ourselves with the idea of getting into the middle of the lake. We forgot the porridge. So we have to reverse and go back. So this is what we do. We come back, up, and exaggerate again. Down you go. Back. Up, and we're going backwards. Inhale up, forward and down, nice and easy. And the body will get into a rhythm if you give it a chance and treat it with respect and have a bit of fun, a bit of laughter. Now we're back at the shore, looking for a porridge, and we decided we want some company. So we're going to ring the church bell to tell people, come and join me on my picnic. So it's one of these old bells. It's not automated. You have to stretch up and grab with your right arm. You've got to grab a thick rope. You grab it, inhale, stretch up, and then pull it down. You have to then stretch up with the left arm, stretch forward, and you're getting a lovely stretch through the intercostals, the shoulders. Grab this thick rope, and you're not being passive as you come down. Remember, it's a heavy bell. It's contracted, and you're pulling it down. And I've tried this on my own with this microphone, but as you're pulling the rope down, ding. Inhale up, dong. But you don't be shy. If I do the proper ding dong, then the microphone cuts out. So really, as you're coming down, ding. As you're pulling and ringing the bell. Imagine this with a class of 30, dinging and donging at different times. A cacophony of noise and fun and laughter. But you get the idea. These are wonderful, simple postures that release a lot of tension and help to put a smile on your face, which is very important at the moment. Absolutely necessary. And you can feel the back muscles. You can feel the muscles between the ribs, the intercostals. You can feel your shoulder muscles, your arms, and stretching right out. And you're busy dinging and donging. And then you give yourself a break. I'm going to come into a sitting position. I always go back to Vajrasana, which I couldn't sit in when I first started yoga because my ankles were too tight. But I find that a very comfortable position now. That's it. One hand on top of the other. This is a position you sit in if you have any digestive problems. Vajrasana. This is a position you sit in if you want to sit for a prolonged period of time and meditate. It's very comfortable. You build it up. You can put a cushion under your ankles. You can put a cushion between your ankles and the back of your legs, hamstrings. You can get wonderful wooden chairs that you can sit in as well. But you relax the shoulders. Smile. You let the body calm down a bit after all its exertions and excitement, picnics. And we're going to do simple alternate nostril. In left, out right, in right, out left. I know you can hold, I know you can count, I know you can build up all of these things, but just do it to the natural length of your breath and hold for whatever feels comfortable. A natural pause. So for those new to this, you take your two middle fingers and you bend them down. You're left with your thumb and your ring finger. And this is what we use to press the entrance of the nose. Exhale, when you're doing pranayama, prana is energy, yama is extension of, so you're extending the energy within. Pranayama, breathing exercises. You always start, if it's alternate nostril, you always start by blowing out through both nostrils. We'll close the right, and we come in through the left. Wait for your natural pause. Close the left. Out through the right. Wait for your natural pause. You don't need to adjust the fingers. In right. Close the right nostril. Out left. So just continue at your own pace. In left, out right. In right, out left. And what this is doing is bringing parity to the breathing homeostatic balance and breathing within the body. Because every 90 minutes or so, the body automatically switches from one side predominant breathing of the nostril to the other. So 90 minutes, it will be the left side, which helps to lower you down. Left lowers, it's parasympathetic. And right, which is fight or flight response, sympathetic, that raises. So ordinarily, if we're healthy and relaxed and calm and our diet is good and all is well in our world, which it always is, of course, the body will switch every 90 minutes, but it doesn't always work like that. Pollutants and food and stress. So anytime we can sit down and initiate good practice, in left, out right, in right, out left. You can do it driving the car mentally. You can do it sitting in the bus. You can do it anywhere. You don't have to draw attention to yourself by using the fingers. You just use the mind. In left, out right, in right, out left. Again, I really stress this. Don't listen to a word I say. Try, or don't believe a word I say. Try this stuff and see how it changes you. This is a very powerful breathing technique. You can add many things. You can inhale with the left and put on your bandhas, your anal lock, your stomach retraction, Uddiyana bandha, your Jalandhara bandha, your chin lock. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. If it works, keep it simple and use it as a little trick to just help you through any day. Okay, what have we got next? Downward facing dog, then upward facing dog. So a bit more activity. So again, if you want to sit and continue breathing, then you pause the machine until you're ready, because the next couple of exercises are strenuous. Downward facing dog with calf stretches and upward facing dog. So we turn around, we'll come down into all fours. Take a hand slightly forward, and then we're going to come up on our toes, downward facing dog. And then we're going to stretch the calf muscles by just bending each knee a little. We've done this the last few weeks, and then we're going to sweep down into upward facing dog, but keeping the torso off the ground. So this is a very strong one. So we're up into a simple downward facing dog. Get yourself adjusted. I'm trying not to scream into this mic. And just check, ease your heels down. So my heels don't go quite on the ground at the moment. So we inhale as we lift up through the arms, push through the arms, lift up through the hips. And then just ease the heels down to wherever. See, so mine have not almost gone on the ground. That's 6-second rule. So again, inhale as we push through the arms, lift up through the hips. And ease the heels to wherever they want to go. So that's taken 3 breaths for my heels to go on the ground. Too much cycling and swimming. So again, you can stay in this position. Inhale, push through the arms, lift up through the hips, soften through the heels. If you feel that your calf muscles are tight, then you try to keep the good class A position and you just bend the right knee and it'll give you a gentle stretch through the opposite calf. Bend the left knee. Ooh, very nice. But when you're doing that, try to keep your awareness that you're keeping the class of the position. You're not dropping the stretch. Inhale, stretch through the arms, lift up through the hips, and just ease off those calf muscles. Now, I'm very aware that not everybody will have the strength in the arms to stay for this period of time, but you build it up. So you can actually come down, give yourself a wee break, stretch through those arms, forehead on the ground, elongate that back. Take as many breaths as you want, and then you can come up, and then you're ready to go sweeping down into the upward facing dog because you've stretched and prepared. So then you can come back up, push through the arms, lift up through the hips, settle down through the heels, and then you can come forward, up in the toes, down and through. Now, what you're not wanting to do here is round the shoulders and sink your head and create this curve in the body. You're keeping the shoulders open. Look, you're keeping the strength through the arms. You're lifting up through the chin. Everything's relaxed, and this is a strong position. The arms are creating a post. It's a lovely stretch. Inhale as you come back up. Exhale. So it's up to you to continue as many as you wish, but make sure you do all the stretches beforehand so you're not putting yourself at any risk or unnecessary damage. So up we come on the toes, through, down. Look, I'm deliberately rounding the shoulders and lowering my head to show you what not to do. But look, keep the body open. And this is a post. The two arms act as a post. You get a lovely stretch. Look up. Take a few breaths. Back up you come. And if that's enough for you, what you do is you start to walk the feet in. Keep the knees bent. We're not bothered about. Walk the feet in. Release the arms. And you're in forward bend. Release the neck. Don't worry about straightening the legs. If you can straighten them, straighten them. If it's not for you, don't feel the need to. But what I want you to do is, with each exhalation, pull the stomach muscles back. Release the chin. Soften the neck. Check that your feet are parallel. Let that lovely blood, oxygenated blood, get up to the brain. Or down in this case. With each exhalation, pull the stomach muscles back. And I want you to unfurl slowly. No drama. Don't worry about keeping the arms straight. Nice and slowly up you come. Slower the better. And then just open up the arms. Gently lean back. And then namaste. Isn't that nice? Or you wish you hadn't come? That's good English. Are you wishing you hadn't come? Okay, I believe it's Samprasarasana. So give yourself a wee break. Just stand tall. Without looking down, just feel that the feet are parallel. Keep the shoulders open. A slight contraction of the abdominals and the gluteals. Remember, this is what happens when you stand tall. Just slowly unfurl. And the body naturally goes into a natural position of Slight contraction of the gluteals, slight pulling of the stomach and the chest. You know when you're in the right position because you feel like smiling, or I do. And smile anyway. Even if you don't feel you're in a natural position, smile. And it might help you to get there. Free serotonin. Just have a wee look. How do you feel? Is there any warmth? Is there any tingling? Is there any aching? Is there any regret? And then maybe this might be the sequence of postures that work for you. If not, you try others. Remember, apparently there are 72,000. So I can't do half of them. And I don't even want to try. Okay, Samprasrasana. We've done this plenty of times as well. We come to the right side of our mat. Remember, we're going to step out to the left into a balance. Samprasrasana, forward flowing movements. One movement leads to another. Right. Okay, so we're going to take the weight on the right leg, and we're going to step out to the left. We're going to open our arms as we inhale. Balance, step across, bend in the legs. Inhale and contract everything. Exhale as we release. Down to a clasp. Inhale as we lift up, look up, stretch up. Exhale down. Inhale as we push the hands together firmly. Exhale forward into fists as we come around into the lower back. Lean back, bend at the knees. You can stay in this position for as many breaths as you wish, but when you're ready to come out, inhale, we come forward into a clasp, reverse it. Exhale into a forward bend. Don't have the arms glued at the ears. You can if you wish, but it's a lot of pressure on the lower back. Nice and relaxed. Forward bend, release the neck, release the knees. And just let the body be for a few breaths. Of course, with your exhalation, you can pull the stomach back. Again, you can stay here for as long as you wish, but to come out, when you're ready, rejoin your clasp. Turn it around, inhale up. Hips to the right, bend to the left. Now, it can be a little bend, it can be a bit further. You don't go killing yourself. Inhale, stretch through those arms and soften. Inhale, stretch and soften. Once more. Inhale, stretch and soften. Inhale as you come up. Lift up. Hips to the left. Bend to the right. Again, until you build up a strength, you can stay in this position for as many breaths as you wish, but you build up the practice. We'll just do 3. Inhale, stretch through and soften. You're not taking the top shoulder forward. You're keeping the body open. Inhale up. And we're going to do 3 squats. Inhale, stretch up. 3 little ones. You can go down in minimal movement. This is a squat. So this posture is suitable for all ages. Inhale, stretch up and down a bit further. Inhale, stretch up and a bit further. So you've got the idea. Inhale as we come up, arms forward. Inhale, exhale round to the right A lovely gentle twist, but keeping your left elbow up. 3 breaths. Inhale around to neutral. Exhale around to the left. 3 breaths, keeping your elbow up, your right elbow up. Keeping your eye on the left thumb. Inhale back to neutral. And lift up, look up, stretch up. Really stretch up. And then exhale as you come down. Slowly, shoulders to elbows, elbows to wrists, wrists to fingers. This is the stretch. But in a relaxed manner. Sometimes the arms don't want to come down from this, like now. They've stopped. But as we haven't got all day, I'll help them down. They don't want to go down. So I'll just take them down. Heel toe the feet together. Protects the joints. The other option is you're like this, and you take all the weight on one leg, you push and you pull it across, you slip on a sweaty mat. Keep it simple. And because we enjoyed that so much, we're going to do it again, but from the other side. Okay. But take a few comfort breaths first. We've only one more group of movements after this. Yeah. Right, so stand tall, smile, send some love to someone. The first person that comes into your mind, send them love, unconditional love. That's healing. That's healing. Because this is a thought you're putting through yourself first. You're getting the first taste of this unconditional love. It's coming through you first and then going to someone else. But remember, when you're thinking of it in a negative manner and you're sending someone a not so loving thought, you're getting the first sample of this first as well. Okay. Take the weight on the left leg. I'm getting too relaxed. I can't remember what's next. Inhale, stretch out to the right. Balance. You can stay here forever if you wish, but we'll just stretch across. So we're doing the same as what we did before. Inhale, contract everything. Exhale down to a clasp. Inhale as you lift up, look up, stretch up. Exhale as we release. Shoulders to elbows, elbows to wrists, wrists to fingers. Inhale as we push the hands together. Exhale, forward into fists and around into the lower back. Bend at the knees, lean back, look back. Careful with your balance. Inhale as we come up, get a clasp, reverse it, raise it above. Then we'll go into a forward bend. Exhale into a forward bend. Relax the neck, release the neck. Let go of the knees if you wish. We're not bothered about the back of the knees. And with each exhalation, pull the stomach muscles back. Smile. Rejoin your clasp, palms down. And up we come. I used to always teach to glue the arms to the ears, but it's very strong in the lower back. Turn the clasp around. Inhale, stretch up. Hips to the right. We bend to the left with 3 stretches. Remember, 3 breaths and 3 stretches. Of course you can go right down and right down. Of course you can. But we're treating our body with a bit of a respect today. Inhale, stretch through and soften. Inhale as you come up. You've lost a little bit of the stretch coming up. So re-engage your lift. Open up the joint, hips to the left, down to the right. Inhale as we come up. Lift up, stretch up, 3 squats. Exhale down. Inhale, stretch up, exhale down. Get the idea. Inhale up, arms forward. Inhale, exhale to the right, 3 breaths. Keep your left elbow up. You're looking at your right thumb, 3 breaths. Inhale around. Exhale to the left. If you drop the elbow, you're getting no contraction, you're wasting your time. So keep the elbow up. 3 breaths. Inhale around. Lift up, look up, stretch up. And exhale from the shoulders to the elbows, elbows to the wrists, wrists to the fingers, fingers to the fingertips. Let's add that new one, eh? Now look, see my arms don't want to come down. They're stopping there. I'm quite happy. So don't get too alarmed if your arms stop somewhere. No, they don't want to move. So at the moment, this feels the most natural position around. So I'll force them down. Now they want to stop here, but you get the idea. Heel toe together. Adjust any items of clothing. Stand tall. Try and get the feet parallel without looking. Close your eyes. Smile. Give yourself a big pat in the back. We're almost finished. So I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy this final few movements. So we're going to inhale. We're going to push our arms against 2 brick walls. We're standing in an alleyway, and the brick walls are quite close together. So we're going to inhale, and we're pushing our arms against 2 brick walls, and you're saying, I am healthy. Inhale, push. I am healthy. Don't be shy. I am healthy. Step out, bend on the knees a bit, crouch down. I am strong. I am strong. I am strong. And we come in, step in, up on the toes. It's a bit of a balance. I'm looking at myself on the screen. So inhale, stretch up. I am full of vitality. I am full of vitality. I am full of vitality. Take your arms back down on your heels. Give yourself a nice big hug. I'm not quite sure what will happen with the microphone. Rest your head on your arms. I am safe. Just cradle yourself. I am safe. I am safe. And when you're ready to release, stretch up a big circle. All is well in my world. Twice more, stretch up. All is well in my world. Last one. All is well in my world. And remember, whatever is happening, it is all well. Because the only thing we can change, we can never change the action, but we can always change the reaction. So whatever you're going through, you just have to keep going. Trying to keep a smile on your face, a bit of optimism, a bit of enthusiasm, a bit of compassion and self-respect. Okay, I'll finish with the, if you just like to stand tall, close your eyes, smile. I'd forgotten this finishing quote. It's unknown. I found this and chuckled. And the finishing quote is, I'm not for everyone. I am not for everyone. Doesn't that free you up? As always, namaste with much love. Thank you so much.